So, as it turns out, multiple Franklin, yes. So, as it turns out, Benjamin Franklin had multiple eccentric habits. The quirkiest being his morning air baths, where he would sit in front of an open window every morning without any clothes. Yeah. Beethoven, on the other hand, has been reported to have composed his great symphonies while pacing back and forth in his room and occasionally pouring water over his head at regular intervals to keep his mind at peak performance. Nikola Tesla, regarded as the mad scientist, out of his many quirks, the most outstanding one was that he flexed his toes by extending and contracting them about 100 times on each foot every single day because he claimed it helped stimulate his brain cells. I mean, who could argue with him? The dude was a freaking genius. And this list can go on of incredible people living their out of the box lives. There have been a lot of ways to define intelligence. A good way to sum it up would be the ability to learn and understand the environment that we inhabit and to adapt to challenging situations. And with great intelligence comes great responsibility. Or so we think. We have a general perception that intelligent people must have their lives together, must do everything right, as they are the epitome of perfection because they are such superhumans. Well, I am going to urge you to think again. Here is a list of 7 quirky behaviors that are extensions of higher cognitive functions and may serve as telltale signs of the highly intelligent minds out there, or in the least offer a fun topic of discussion to argue why your bad habits might just make you very, very smart. Are you a night owl by choice? A study from London School of Economics and Political Science found that people who tend to go to bed later in the night have higher IQs. The study authors believed that the root of why this is has something to do with our evolution because nighttime was a more dangerous place. Our ancestors who ventured into it instead of going to sleep at night had to be more intelligent. Nay, needed to be more intelligent. Or it could be because our ancestors were limited in the amount of time they had to get any work done, depending on the availability of sunlight. So now, with access to electricity, the smarter ones among us have overridden this instinctual need to sleep early and prefer to work and think in the wee hours of the night, as there are no distractions and it is an overall quieter environment. So it's easier to spend intellectually stimulating time with themselves. They reject routines. Research suggests that being willing to entertain new and unconventional ideas is the strongest personality trait linked to higher fluid intelligence. Side note, fluid intelligence is the speed at which the brain processes information. So, preferring variety and new activities over routines and monotony are signs of high intelligence, according to the same study. People with higher levels of intelligence are more likely to enjoy philosophical arguments, brain teasers, new challenges, and unconventional activities. So, if you often think that your life is unlike how society dictates it to be, you might just be a highly intelligent individual who charts their own path. They are messy. According to psychological scientist Kathleen Vohs, disorderly environments seem to inspire breaking free of tradition, which can produce fresh insights. Orderly environments, in contrast, encourage convention and playing it safe. So, according to recent research, tidiness may not be the best thing for creativity. It could also be that when highly intelligent people are fixated on a problem, racking their brains for solution, they simply don't use their mental resources to think about the mess that they may be creating in the process. Instead, those resources are diverted towards focus and other pressing matters at hand. Do you know a lot of swear words? A recent study conducted by Dr. Timothy J. of the Department of Psychology at the Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts looked at the connection between verbal fluency and use of profanity. They found that the participants who could come up with more swear words actually showed a positive correlation with other measures of verbal fluency. Speakers who use taboo words understand their expressive nature and nuanced distinctions, implying the presence of more apt linguistic skills. So I would say that this sounds counterintuitive, but I guess that's just what we're doing today. Also, discretion in itself is a positive trait. So, knowing foul language and actually using it are two very different things. Just putting it out there. They find the sound of chewing annoying. A study from Northwestern University found that people who tested high in creative thinking tended to have an inability to filter out irrelevant sensory information. It said that they have leaky sensory gating. So it's like they absorb all the sensory inputs in their immediate environment. And this is what helps them come up with ingenious ideas. Yeah, so I can see how someone sitting nearby and chewing loudly can turn out to be super distracting and kinda icky. Do you find yourself mindlessly doodling away during lectures or meetings? Yeah, smart people are habitual doodlers. You may not realize it, but it is a thinking tool. It helps in better processing of information, forming memory, and connections between different concepts. So, the next time you find yourself drawing random shapes and caricatures, just know that your brain is working on something important in the background, and your act of doodling is actually helping it. They are loners. Do you have to constantly remind yourself to go outside and mingle with people and be more social in general? I also mentioned this in my previous video that highly intelligent people really value their solitude. A study published in the British Journal of Psychology states that highly intelligent people experience lower satisfaction when they socialize with friends more frequently. So, yeah, I understand that it's not like you don't enjoy spending time with people once in a while, but what's more valuable to you is spending time with kindred spirits so that you can engage in meaningful conversations and do not feel emotionally drained, rather positively inspired. Although I totally empathize with the lure of the hermit mode, but I also think that it is necessary to step out of it from time to time and engage with people from different walks of life. It is important to remember that intelligence comes in many shades, and there are other equally important traits to hone, such as kindness and altruism and choosing authenticity. So, I hope you had fun watching this video because I had a lot of fun making it, and I will see you in the next one.